Right guys, welcome back to a brand new video and yet another episode of us racing in Fernando Alonso's Renault R25 here today. Another video of the series where we race in some of Fernando Alonso's former F1 cars that he drove in, and more specifically some of his more iconic cars. And we've already done one episode in this R25. We also did another one recently in the 2007 McLaren, and this is part of my recent association with FA Racing Esports as I recently joined their team, and I thought it'd be quite a fitting series to do along with those guys together and really put that out there. But overall, today we are here for another episode, and this time we are running the exact same R25 but without the tobacco sponsoring. We're running the more European version of the car, rocking one of these beautiful kind of tribal liveries for when those races that tobacco was banned. And as you can tell by the title of the video, we are at a bit of an interesting track because it's not a track that the R25 raced at, but it is one of those highly requested ones, especially because of that link to Fernando Alonso and him being Spanish, and it is at the street circuit of Valencia, which is now currently, unfortunately, not a track that's raced on anymore. It's just literally, if you Google pictures of it, this is in a very poor condition, unfortunately, and the track has just not been kept very well. So it's going to be one of those fantasy combinations, and I'm looking forward to it. You can see the car in itself looking absolutely fantastic here in beautiful sunny Valencia, and we're going to get underway here because I've driven this track before on this, and it's fantastic, and the quality of the mod's really, really good. And I think these two mods together could make for quite an interesting mix, and a bit of a fantasy F1 scenario, if you will. So as you can see, once again, the R25 in all its glory, V10 engine, you guys know the drill, traction control, all that good stuff, groove tyres, which wasn't so popular at the time, but overall a lot of power and an absolute beast of a car. But we're now going to move onto the track here and get underway, and let's see how things go. Right, here we go then. We're going to leave the pit box, so let's rev up a little bit. Sounds fantastic as always. Right then, let's move. Let's get underway then. On the pit limiter, we're going to have to get used to the track. Again, make sure the tyres get up to temperature. We're going to have to kind of refamiliarise ourselves with the layout a little bit and see where the conditions are at. Also, remember this car has 6 gears as well, which is quite unique. The last car to ever have in F1, to have 6 gears. But here we go then, into 1 and 2. Not much grip at the moment. Quite a bit of understeer. Just going to try and find that confidence around here and see if we can start to really push the limits. But straight away I can notice a lot of understeer. The car is struggling for some front end grip. That will improve with a couple of laps and some tyre warm up, and also eventually some setup work as well as we go through this kink now into this little tricky chicane. We'll have to go very slow here, I think, to give it lots of respect. Traction control means I can get a flat tire on the power on the exit, back on the brakes for this very tight corner, and now we've got these long straights. Letting that V10 roar and let it just stretch its legs as we go towards the brake zone. 315k is not bad at all. On the brakes, a little bit hot there, but we get under control. Just trying to get a feel for the track here. Using first gear feels so weird now, like compared to using the current generation F1 cars, it literally feels foreign. You just don't use first gear anymore in F1, to be honest, so it's really, really strange. But so far, I'm enjoying this lap already. Car track combo feels pretty good. This section could be quite tasty with a bit of setup work and some nice toasty up to temperature tyres. This entire section could be quite interesting. At the minute it's very slow, not as fast as I'd like it to be. But there we go, that's a lap of Valencia then. It's been a while, about 7 years to be precise. But now we're going to try and set up for a couple of laps here. So into the final corner at the hairpin, picking up a lot of understeer, but on the power. Here we go then. Let's try and set a decent couple of benchmarks and see where this car is. Going to go flat out through turn 1. Yes, we can. I'm going to be cautious and brake early. Don't quite trust the car yet under braking. Even then, that was pretty close. Let the traction control do the work. Losing the back end a bit there. Just caught that. Went down the gears a bit too aggressively, but let's continue on. Let's keep pushing on this lap. Let's see if we can try and set a decent couple of sectors over the rest of the lap. Late on the brakes, a little bit wide there, but we'll get away with it again. Let's try and get close to that wall. A little bit too early there on the turn-in. This is going to be a nice little combination. I think we're going to have to really work for this. The car is really fighting hard, and the combination with the track being quite unique and unforgiving, it's going to make it an interesting combination. Let's see how late we can brake it. That was a 100 meter ball, I think. That wasn't too bad. Obviously, these cars are nowhere near as quick as the cars that drove here in the 2012 season. The Red Bull in their peak. As we run a bit wide there, pick up some oversteer. Traction control, do your job. There we go. got away with that one. Seems like whenever you get on the limit around here, the track bites. Braking as the curb appears on the left-hand side there as a reference. Struggling to get any kind of front-end grip. Easy through there. Focusing on the second one. That's much better. A bit more speed through there. Now where do we brake for the final corner? It's kind of awkward because you've got to brake beforehand for that little kink. Oh, I'm going to the pit lane here. I've got to be careful. So I've got to brake really early. I might have to make some adjustments to the brakes, but that's lap 1 done. 1:45.0, so quite a way off the pace. Let's see if we can improve on the second lap. Much better this time through there. Much more aggressive. Let's see if we can not spin it this time into this left-hander. That's nice. Good line through there. There we go. Now the car's starting to work a little bit. Tyres are starting to find that grip. Using first gear is really helping me out. Gonna attack that inside curb a bit. There we go. Car's really starting to work. This time let's not turn in too early here. Give the inside wall plenty of respect. And there we go. That's what we did. This is a much better lap so far. I feel like Fernando Alonso right now, having a really aggressive driving style to make this car work. That's the only way it seems to respond. Nice little bit of apex there. Quickly over the curb, change of direction. Let the car run wide. Oh, back end's getting a bit loose. We were going to run a bit wide there. First mistake of the lap, but still was pretty good. Let's keep going. Let's try and end the lap strongly and try not to make any more mistakes as we go towards the end of sector 2. On the brakes heavily, big lock up, but we managed to get the car slowed down. Quickly on the power again. Over the inside curb. Short shift to third. Flat out through here. Oh, just about. A little bit of a lift. Wasn't quite flat out. Now, how late do we brake? Into the final corner. Trying to turn in a bit earlier there. The front end's still not quite working. Stuck on the curb here. I've not got nowhere to go. Up to the line. 42.1. Right, so that's more of a benchmark. I'm guessing probably we're looking at the 39s as a target on a perfect lap. But yeah, overall, this is a nice little combination. I like this. It's different. It's unique. Both the car and the track do challenge and they bite. So it could be quite tasty. But let's get some setup work done. Let's see if we could try and find some more lap time. Okay, so in terms of setup work, we reduced the fuel from 90 litres down to 25. So that's a big difference in itself. Medium tyres, we're now on the softs, so again an improvement there. And then a little bit of a tweak to the brakes just so we can push a bit more. And then pretty much the car is the same as before. I haven't touched aerodynamics, I've kept them at the same as they were because I'm quite happy with them. So yeah, overall, not a major change, just, you know, more aggressive setup changes for qualifying, if you will. But here we go, let's try and go for an improved lap then. And let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, also traction control is up from level 5 to level 6, aka it's maxed out. So here we go then. Let's try and push a bit more on the curbs. Now we've got the full traction control. We can really go for this. I've also had a look as well. Oh, it's hot. Ah, it's going to be a ball hit. Messed up straight away. I was going to mention, I had a look, and the lap record, I believe, is Sebastian Vettel with a 1:38.0, which is looking a bit tricky to achieve, but at least we know the actual race lap record is a 42.2, so we've just got underneath that. But yeah, overall I think a 38 is probably not going to happen, at least not a 38.0, but we can try our best. But let's see if we can go a little bit quicker here and hopefully make no mistakes this time into turn 1. So we'll go for a little bit of a semi-pushing lap and we'll try and go again next time. Right, let's try again then. Let's see if we can actually make turn 1 for a change. And actually start for lap correctly. So here we go, on the power. Let's have a good strong start, open up the line towards turn 1. Easy flat through here. Brake at the 100. Probably a bit too conservative there, but we do manage to attack the inside curb and get a good run. So there we go, we've got through there. You can really feel the car understeer through these two. Just doesn't want to turn in, but we again do a good job there of turning the front end into the corners, and so far so good. Sector 1, half second up. Attacking the inside curb again there. Maybe that might have been a bit of a corner cut, but that would have been very close. Towards the next right-hander. Trying to turn in on the power quickly. The extra bit of traction control helped me out there on the curb. Just let me get the power down. As we go on the back straight, I can definitely brake a bit later here. I can go Maybe even the 50 meter board possibly, instead of the 100. There we go, we've got the warning for the downshift. So it's actually the 150 meter board, so I was actually breaking the 200 before. So my bad. Through this right-hander, patience. Now we got the power. Alright, this has been a good lap so far, no mistakes here. Let's make sure we get the braking nailed for the hairpin. Very heavy brake zone coming up. Bit wide, we'll just get it in for a late apex almost. Now through this tricky section, how much do we want to push this? Flat out through here. Not quite, a bit wide, but we'll push on. Let's try and finish this lap strongly. Towards the final corner. Bit wide again there, but we do brake a lot later than last time. Out the final corner. Let's see what this lap is, and we'll continue going on to another lap. 39.5. Okay, yes. That surprised me. Okay, that's a strong lap. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can improve on that. Almost hit the ball again there through turn 1. Or turn 2, should I say. Let's keep going. Let's go for another one. Pushing a lot more now. Using second gear through there. Working out quite nicely for me. Let's see if we can find some more lap time. We're up by a fraction. Brake zone. Over the inside curb again. Nice and aggressive there. Big lock up, but we get the car turned in quickly on the power. Now the car's starting to work. The tyres are really in their zone. Let's try and be a little more cleaner and push this brake zone a little bit more. Let's see how late we can brake. Got the warning again for downshifting too aggressively, but we move, we push on, try and get the power down a bit earlier there. Quickly on the gas again, there we go, that was much better, really early on the throttle there. On the second straight we go. No DRS of course, down towards the hairpin. Can we brake a little bit later? Not as late, but we are a lot more on the curb. Probably broke a bit too early there. I've actually lost a bit of time in second 2. Almost hit the wall. Carrying the speed. Much better through there. Let's see how much we can push this final corner. Apex, just about. Trying to get the power quickly. Up to the line. Do we improve? It's going to be close, I think. Yes, we do. We find another 3/10. Right then. Well, maybe that 38.0 could be possible after all. Might be close, but I think the target definitely has to be to get to the 38s. Car's really working now. So we're going to box in, do some last aggressive adjustments, and we're going to try and go for that 138. Okay, so the fuel is down from 25 to 10 litres now. We've got qualifying fuel in the car. Also, we've changed the tyres from softs to super softs. And also some more gearbox adjustments. We've actually made the 7th gear a little bit shorter, or should I say the 6th gear, sorry. So yeah, overall we should be a little bit closer to the limiter, and the car should be a little bit better overall, but let's see how low we can go in terms of the lap times here. So let's open up the line and get ready. On the gas already here, using the traction control to really straighten up the car. There we go then. Right, let's get head down. Let's see what we can do. Straight away, turn 1, carrying the speed. A little bit wide there, but we'll get away with that. Good line through there. Clip the inside wall, I think, a little bit or something. I'm not quite sure what it was, a little bump. But either way, we haven't lost much time. I want to really push this brake zone here. Let's try and go for the 100. That's perfect. Really braking late there. Oh, picking up some understeer. Almost hit the wall. We hit the inside wall there though. Oversteer. Damn it. That's the lap in the bin. Let's just see what the second sector is anyway. Are we still up or are we down? Just so I get a reference. 2/10 down. Yep, those 2 mistakes cost us. Shame because it was a really good lap. Oh yes, what a lap that was. Fantastic. 37.6, and we smashed the lap record. I ran a bit deep into the second hairpin. I thought I messed it up, but we managed to bring it back in. The beauty of the traction control just means you get the power down so early, and we brought it back. But what a lap that was. Absolutely fantastic. As well, the final corner was fantastic. We hit the apex, which is quite rare for that final corner. I've been struggling with that one quite a bit, but the car is just a beast, man. It's so fun. And yeah, overall this track is a good challenge, but we got it in the end, and we smashed the lap record from Sebastian Vettel in 2012, I believe. So overall, very happy with that one. And the R25 once again proving to be an absolute beast of an F1 car. And what a lap. Really just happy, like I said, by that second hairpin, which I thought I threw it away. That was pretty much the perfect lap. I was a second up in the second sector before the hairpin. Up until that very point where the second sector split is, it was a perfect lap. We got so late on the brakes into this corner here, and this entire section was just absolutely perfect. So yeah, overall, really happy with it. But that is it for the lap, guys. I'll leave you guys with the replay, and I'll be back in a moment's time. Well, yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this video once again. And again, this series, in collaboration with FA Racing Esports, of course, my new esports team, driving Fernando Alonso's classic F1 cars as we now enter the pit lane here. But overall, guys, if you enjoyed the video, drop a big fat like on it, and also subscribe if you are new for daily Formula 1 content. And also, finally, guys, check out these two videos on your screen if you have missed them. And also let me know what tracks in the comments down below you'd like me to do in the future. But guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one very soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me.